Hello, Resident Director of Lombok in-country Indonesian language program and course coordinators of RUILI member universities. I am Arum, one of the teachers in Lombok, and now I'm happy to present you an initiative we have conducted here at USC in preparing the students prior coming to Lombok, in strengthening their motivation to come and connecting them to Lombok students community. I hope our initiative here will bring you inspiration.
For me, it was important to be part of the preparation, the pre-departure preparation, because I know 2 years ago when I went to Lombok the first time, I felt a little bit worried about what it would be like there and so forth. Since then, I've returned a few times, and I wanted to share what I knew about Lombok, about the experience of studying there, and to make people feel more at ease with the prospect of going there, perhaps for the first time, perhaps not knowing anyone, which is often the case for students when they arrive there. I wanted them to know that it's a really friendly environment. The staff there are extremely helpful, but you do have a great experience meeting people from all over Australia as well as other parts of Indonesia whilst you're at the university. And it was important for me to be able to share that experience with others who were coming in to enjoy the opportunity to go study there also.
Lisa's statement, it looks like that you have had a great project with Indonesian language students here at the USC. Can you tell me more about that project?
Yeah, sure. So firstly, the University of the Sunshine Coast, they have been running the Indonesian language program for over 15 years. And along those times, they send their students regularly to Lombok, Indonesia, to do the in-country language program over there. So being part of that program, as I am one of the teachers in that program, I saw many students found struggle in adjusting and coping with the local culture over there. So that most of the time that influenced their academic performance in undergoing that program. So I'm thinking rather than having one pre-departure sessions, it will be very good if we make a discussion forum with the students and talking about it.
And what exactly you are doing in this project?
Okay, so the main plan is knowledge sharing and connecting people.
With this project that Arum has set up, is something that I hadn't thought of before, but I found it's been very useful because I think the students, if it's just a one-off debriefing before they go, it doesn't sink in. I can give them all the information and say, yes, I've done that, I've given them all the information, I've done my job, tick the box. But I believe after watching what we've done this time, getting the students to meet over 3 sessions and building up stage by stage, it's given the students a chance to really absorb, to really internalise and feel what it's going to be like to study in country. And so I'm hoping and I believe that it's not just a superficial exercise of just giving them the facts and knowledge. Yeah, we come over here. But it's actually getting into their heads. They're getting a feeling for it. They're getting and not just a feeling for what it's going to be like, but I believe those 3 stages that you did, and they're like step by step, increasing in the level of information that you're giving them, and it's building up their understanding. It's helping them to, I hope, have more realistic expectations, so that the expectations they're going with over there won't be very different to what they actually experience when they're there. And that's on one side, and that's a very important side. On the other side, it's incredibly important to do this over stages and over a few occasions to build a community of students. That if it's just a one-off briefing like it has been in past years, then the students have very little opportunity to get to know each other. And but because you did this is the third meeting, so you've done it over 3 meetings, it's given the students plenty of time to socialise and network and feel comfortable with each other. And plus with the Facebook group that you set up as an added thing, where it just means that they're going to go over there more relaxed, more motivated, less anxious, and these are all very important things, and I would really like to do something like this again next.
That sounds great. Do you think that the strategy works?
Well, we better hear what the students say.
Hello, my name is Gillian and I'm looking forward to going to Lombok in January for 6 weeks. I've loved the information sessions. It was full on the first one, all the little group things, but it was good to meet lots of people. I think lots of things have been covered that I was not scared to ask maybe. Talking things like mobile phones and food, where to stay. I met lots of people. We formed a little group of 5 people that will be doing my same level, so I feel really well prepared and confident to get in.
I'm Caitlin. I've been to all 3 sessions and each one had something different to offer. I found the first session was really good to sort of network with other people involved in the program. Second session, I learnt a lot from hearing about other people's experience, particularly listening to Lachlan and Aaron from their perspective as undergrad students. And then this one was a lot of practical information about what to sort of do when I'm over there. And I'm feeling much better about the whole trip and I'm getting really excited.
Why do you think knowledge sharing is important?
Okay, so we have come to the era called the knowledge of age, in which lesson learned and best practices have been classified as the intellectual capital. So input based on lesson learned and best practices are highly valued for a knowledge generation process. And this is a word of mouth strategy. This is a peer learning strategy for the knowledge transfer. And we will be more comfortable when we talk with friends. You will trust what your friends say. So providing students with knowledge and experience from their friends, it will be more authentic and trustable for the new students. Also, by taking part in all stages, step by step, students will build their confidence. And they also take part actively in building their own.
Arul, I've always been impressed with you as an instructor over there, and I know that you're very gregarious and you build up a rapport with students through your humour and your colour and your passion. The students very quickly any barriers quickly dissolve when they meet with you, the way you interact with them, and you're not just talking to them, but you're getting, like in the first workshop was really good, where you actually got them moving around, working in small groups, just brainstorming stuff, putting it up on butcher's paper, and all that physical activity, where the students are actually coming up with ideas, what they want to know, what they think it's going to be like. They're owning the information from the beginning, and they're connecting with it. They can relate to the information. It's not something foreign or that's imposed on them, but they're part. They have a role in building up that knowledge, knowing that knowledge.
Okay, how do you see this project improve your leadership?
Well, managing this project really a challenge for me. At the beginning, I questioned myself whether I can do this project or not. Not in terms of technically community organizing, no, but more on the social-cultural aspect, because people do things differently here compared to Indonesia. So it really needs a certain skill and confidence in managing this project. But I take this challenge to check and to consolidate my belief and knowledge for my personal improvement, of course. And I learned a lot by managing this project. I learned about the way people thinking and interacting here, the way people communicate, and managing this project also made me think more comprehensively in developing strategy, in mapping and mobilizing the resources, motivating people, organizing the activities, and understanding the culture. So also without losing my personal characteristic in managing the program. And managing this project also tests my leadership and organizing skill in managing project across culture and nations, because I have to connect people here and our friends in Indonesia. So I hope every part that involved in this project also gain their own lesson from this project.
Arum, a teacher of ours in Pusat Bahasa in Lombok, is actually studying here. So she had this idea to bring in the students who had already gone and discuss their experience with the new students that will go, in order so that the new students could have a greater understanding of what's going to be going on, safety issues, what they need to prepare, what they should be expecting, and things like that. For me, I felt good about doing that. It was really, I feel like it's very helpful for these new students. I remember when I had gone previously, we didn't have such an in-depth orientation, but now there's been already a few different sessions where we've all connected with the new students. This was conducted by Arum, and it worked out really well. Able to convey some really important information to the new students, and I think they have benefited from it, and they will benefit from it come time that they're actually in Lombok. And yeah, that's my experience.
What were the challenges and lesson that you take from managing this project?
Well, yeah, challenges are everywhere that I have to face, but that's part of the process that make us stronger. So there are several challenges that I found during managing the project. First is the way of people communicate, that I really need to switch my way of thinking. And then also about time limits, because we have limited time, and everyone value their time as they also have their own things to do. So I really need to manage the sessions effectively to cover all the informations in limited time. And also we also face resistant students who thought that this project was, the session was wasting his time. So yeah, it happens. But again, we have provided you the information, and then we hope that students are able to take it as much as possible for their own benefits. And also another thing that I learned from this project is that we really need to communicate clearly in detail about our process, the sessions, what's the objectives, what we want to gain for each session, so everybody are motivated to join the sessions. And another lesson that I learned that what I think was a good structure in ordering the sessions might be perceived differently by the other. So this is also a different way of thinking. But it's a very good input for me, so for further, in the future, we can arrange it in a better way.
How do you see the opportunity in the future for this project?
Before that, the next step that I really want to see that how this project work later when all the students are in Lombok. So I really want to see how the students undergo the Lombok project after all the preparation we manage here within this project. Will this all preparation work? And how all those knowledge and experience shared by the previous students consolidate what students experience in real in Lombok, and how their attitude if it doesn't meet their expectation. All those experience will be very good input for the next year implementation. And as this is a pilot project, I'm positive that this concept is transferable and replicable. I understand that this is not a perfect one, but with the lesson learned gaining from managing the project, we will design a better plan for future implementations. And I'm thinking with a good documentary, then we can create a sort of a module for the guidance for the future.
So you asked me about the idea of a community of learning and future implications. I think the use of Facebook, we've got 3 different Lombok Facebook pages up and running at the moment, and 2 of them in particular are getting quite a lot of traffic. So, and that puts our students in touch not only with each other here, but with students from the other universities. So yes, I agree that bringing them together to get to know each other here, just to become familiar with the faces that they're going to see in Lombok, is a good thing. And to meet some students from last year who've been there, done that, they were novices and now they're, experienced travellers and Lombok students. And I'm not alone, I'm not the only one who's going as a beginner. Even to just say there's plenty of other students with lots of questions is a good thing. Future thoughts, I think this is a very good initiative, and I think we should meld our online communications with this, and I would suggest that we should, this is your first time doing it, this is kind of like a pilot program. So next year if we were to do it again, you to do it again, Lachlan to do it again, somebody to do it again, we'd probably have better ideas, it would be very well structured. This year was a bit of an experiment and a test, so there was that bit of fumbling, but I think it's really good. People communicating with people, that's how we learn.
And can we also do this the same of process in other universities of RUILI member?
Absolutely, especially if Arum will make little films and share it with other people and share the structure that you devised. Show them the goals, show them what happened, show them some pictures, right? And you're going to seek student feedback, I believe, through email. So you could do a summary of, what happened, what students thought about it, what should happen next year.
Congratulations, Aru, you have done such a great job.
Thank you so much for the conversation, Cynthia. Thank you very much for all people who have been involved in making this project work. I would like to express my greatest appreciations to USC students of Indonesian language class. For all the new students, hopefully you are by now super ready to come to Lombok. And for the previous students, Ibu Lisa, Aaron, and Lachlan, thank you for sharing your feeling, knowledge, and experience for the new students. Also, thank you for Pak Richard and Pak Philip for your tremendous support and allowing me to conduct this. Thank you very much for the buddy project. You are the best buddy ever. And thank you for all your friendship and your warmth in welcoming the new students. And I hope this documentary can inspire you all building people-to-people connections, because we all are part of global community. Now, I challenge you, students of CDU, UNE, and University of Tasmania, to do the same project.